Okay.
This sound like me.
Do you recall telling every detective in every interview that you can go fact check what I'm telling you?
Say that again?
Sure. Do you recall telling every detective in every interview that you had in 2015, you can go check what I'm saying so you can believe me?
Probably. I don't know if I said it or I ain't said it.
In some of those interviews, were you in custody? Were you arrested in some of those interviews?
I think so.
Okay. Do you recall telling detectives in those interviews that you're just trying to get out of jail, so I'm going to tell you all what happened so you can check it and I can get out of jail?
Yeah, I told the investigators that I remember, I think, in one of the interviews, they was locking me up and my child's birthday was coming up. And when they got me, I said, listen, man, whatever y'all want me to say, I would tell you right now. Just tell me what to say and I would say it. Tell me what y'all want to know and I would tell you. So if they would have asked me about President Trump, I would have had a story about Trump. If they would ask me about you, I would have had a story about you. Whatever to convince them that I ain't do nothing, it wasn't me. That's what my intention was. So you're asking me about interviews, and I keep telling you, you keep asking me step by 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 step. This is what I did. When they got me on this day, and I was going to jail, I try to come up with something to tell them. That's why I can't tell you what I said. I was making it up.
Even when this trial starts, I think we're going to end up getting another delay unless, I don't know, bro. At this point in time, bro, I ain't going to hold you. The judge has to go. He has to. And some of y'all gonna be like, oh, Sonny Dash, you're admitting you're wrong. No, it's not I'm admitting I'm wrong, because y'all see how they try to play y'all, how they try to sit up there, and now they're not talking about the ex parte meeting at all. They're not saying it's illegal at all anymore. I wonder why. Even though still kind of try to put it in there, but I caught something. Check this out. All right, y'all. This is what I want to do from now on. I'm going to spend this next weekend and I'm going to read through this complete. Because I do want to apologize to the visionaries for not even catching that basically knowing that Brian Steele literally didn't put the whole entire thing in there for a specific reason. And I'm not calling Brian Steele dirty, but I'm saying Brian Steele is doing mental work. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to look at this part right here because they bring up 4.1. The first word that jumps out, because everybody keeps on saying, and I said this crap 2 weeks ago about the ex parte meeting not being illegal. And what do you know? Nobody's saying the ex parte meeting is illegal. And some of y'all gonna be like, no, just let it go, bro. I can't let it go. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't let it go because I was right the whole entire time. And it was just people coming out, not saying y'all. The ones who disagree, just disagree. And then they say whatever lawyers. It's not y'all. It's not y'all. Please take yourself out of this fight. It's the individuals that was calling me all type of names. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I want you to read the exact law from Georgia, because even Brian Steele and how he wrote it, he didn't even cite the exact law. And trust me, I will prove it. It says Rule 4.1, prohibition on ex parte communications. It said, except as authorized by law or by rule, judges shall neither initiate or consider ex parte communications by interested parties or their attorneys concerning or pending or impending proceeding. That's all it says. But you have Brian Steele who added what I believe is called interpretation of the law. Check this out. Now, it dang near says the exact same thing, don't it? It says mandate that all judges shall neither initiate nor consider ex parte communications by interested parties or their attorneys concerning a pending or impending proceeding, yet Judge Glanville participated in these ex parte communications and then somehow attempted to keep the secret by referring to the meeting as privilege. Now that part right there, he didn't necessarily say it was privileged, but you can infer that, which I believe still ain't wrong on that. But to say you can't have it when the law literally says that you can. Because once again, the person who's pulling the strings is not Glenville. I feel like I'm watching an episode of 24 and I'm like, hold on, bro. This ain't it. This ain't the villain. Wrong villain. The villain is love. Because if you go back to what is it called? If you go back to the email literally says from her interpretation was that Melnick said, if y'all put him on the stand, I'm going to quit. And she said, basically, why would you quit? That sounds like you just letting him go to the wolves. No. Melnick has a duty to say, bruh, I know he's going to go up there and lie. And per the bar and per the law, I cannot go up there and literally put my name on this knowing good and damn well he's going to lie. She ain't want to hear that. So if you don't want to hear that, man, F you. I think that's what Melnick was saying. Now, I ain't talked to Melnick. I'll try to get alive with him and stuff like that and everything, because that's what I believe happened. And I believe that's what Caleb Bumpus was trying to do by trying to get up out of there too. Like, hey, man, this is all bad. But Brian Steele is smart enough to know how to play the game. But y'all just seen the law per what he cited. It was not verbatim for a reason. Come on, y'all. I need the visionaries to be the visionaries. We ain't YSL. We ain't the DA office. Do we want justice to be served? That depends on you. Do we want Thug to have a fair trial? 100%. But what we cannot do is play Captain Pretend. I told y'all from jump. The freaking lawyers have a brotherhood. You think the teachers like the principal? Because that's exactly what Glanville is. Really, Glanville is the damn superintendent. That's really what it is. Glanville's the superintendent, and Love and Hilton are supposed to be principal and vice principal. And basically, these are the teachers. We like the teachers. This is why people like Steele and Adams and Weinstein and Sharp and Mac and Ass Matthews. That's why they like them. Because they're the teachers. They talk better. They don't speak like the others speak. But come on. But I got more for you.
What benefit would it be for you to lie to the police if you were trying not to be in trouble?
I was hoping to convince them so they could let me go.
So why would you lie to convince them?
What you mean? Why would I lie to convince them?
Right. Why would you lie to convince them if you wanted to not go to jail?
Why would I lie to convince them to not go to jail?
Right.
But they don't know that I'm lying.
Well, they didn't let you go immediately, did they?
Sometimes they let me go.
Right. But
So when the time they let me go, I thought I was smarter than them.
did the detective say that they had to fact check what you said before they let you go?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Did the detectives tell you that they had to fact check what you were telling them?
And you know, in certain situations.
Right. And so what benefit would it be to lie if they told you that they had to fact check it?
Oh, it wasn't no benefit because what they did was they picked and choose where they wanted to take from me, and they still left me in jail, so they came back and beat me in the butt.
Okay. So going back to my question from January 28th, 2015, did you see Pokey at the club?
You want me to be honest with you? I think I just did. I just told you the God, honest truth of what I did from January from 2014 until 2021. Every time they got me, they already know me. They already know I got a whole bunch of bullshit to say.
I'm going to ask you to refrain from cursing. What harm?
Oh, sorry, everybody. No disrespect. I'm sorry about that. But
Overruled, sir. Overruled, sir.
What harm would have come from telling the truth about you and your friends?
can you explain it?
Sure. What harm? Why would you need to lie if you were just trying to tell them about what you and your friends were doing?
I sustain the objection.
Going back to the January 28th interview, understanding that you said you lied, did you tell Detective Gaither that you saw Pokey in Club Crucial on the Monday night where Kel knocked you in the back of the head?
I don't recall what I said.
Do you know who Pokey is?
Yes, I do.
Who is Pokey?
A friend.
Of who?
Me.
Okay. Is Pokey related to anyone?
What you mean?
Is Pokey related to Thug?
Is he related to Doug?
Yes, sir.
He may. I can't. He might be.
Have you previously told police that Pokey is Thug's nephew?
Well, if I did, then I guess he is.
Okay.
Now, some of y'all will say, well, it doesn't have to be all the way. All right, man, that's for y'all, bro. But y'all notice how they're no longer saying, all the lawyers that's reacting to this, they stopped saying ex parte is illegal, and now they're saying that it's not the full transcripts. I wonder why. Why did Steele decide and everybody else decide to stop fighting the ex parte meeting and saying that it was illegal and started going into, oh, it was coerced? But y'all gonna move the goalpost back. Some of y'all, not everybody, not the real visionaries. Real visionaries just sitting back watching. They like, Nash, crack that brain open. What you know, what you know, what you know. Here's what I know. I believe in my heart of hearts that that judge is not gonna go anywhere. But I believe Glanville has to recuse himself. I believe Glanville has to swallow his pride and swallow his ego and swallow the gavel because of one person who has destroyed this whole entire freaking damn Rico. And that's Woody. Why though? Why is he, how did he destroy it, bro? Because when it comes down to Cross, Brian Steele's words are gonna have to be, when you had your ex parte meeting, did you feel coerced? What's Woody gonna say? You gotta say yeah. Do you feel that the judge treated you correctly? Now, some of y'all gonna say, some of the lawyers will say, well, Sadie Nash, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean it's gonna stop it or something like that or anything like that. No, but you're making a record for it. And yeah, they're gonna send it to the appeal. But the appeal is gonna take like 2 years, at max about a year. So even by the time they're hitting it on an appeal, Thug is still going to be sitting in jail or prison by that time any damn ways. So there's that. But the more I just think about this stuff, bro, there's no way that judge is getting off this goddamn case. Steele has viciously hit that man with steel chair shots with what he said. And Steele even said out of his mouth, hey, even non-lawyers who are commenting on this are saying that the judge is corrupt. He talking about me. Or he's talking about Cuff Boys. But I don't recall seeing, and I could be wrong. I'm saying I don't recall. I don't recall seeing Cuff Boys say anything like that. So, you know, it is what it is. But, bruh, I ain't gonna hold you. It's one of the worst things that happened to this case. And let's just say the prosecution has questions. Unless the prosecution flat out just attack her right at the head, which I don't believe he don't got enough balls to do. Unless she go talk to Woody by himself, and I know he ain't gonna want to talk to her. She gotta ask him, what are you gonna say on that stand, huh? She gotta try to gauge his interest and literally say, what you gonna do on that stand, bro? Because if you go up there and say this and say that, then she's going to have to ask him to break it down in detail where he felt coerced at. Because let's understand something. A violent convicted felon cannot be seen walking to the judge's chambers without police officers. I think some of y'all are kind of dumb if you say, yeah, no. Now, you can say the amount of cops could be coercion, but some of y'all, no, Woody was on FBI's top 10, so he could be the black Jason Bourne. According to the people who's trolling me, Woody gonna turn around and take my camera and beat me half to death with it. All right. So a man that with a violent reputation like that, that's all Hilton has to do and play it that way. Now, she's going to probably ask for specificity on where and how he felt like he was coerced. So if I'm Hilton, that's what I would do. But in my opinion, the judge should recuse himself. But then again, I don't think he's going to do it. I think the judge is going to stay on there, because if the judge does recuse himself, he just became a witness to essentially a improper meeting. And that will throw off DA Love, and that will throw off Hilton. And basically, that will leave it with freaky ass Brown and the white dude. I don't remember his name. Sorry, not sorry. So is that what they want to do? Leave it in their capable hands? Or is FANI going to jump into the fire? And bruh, if FANI Willis jump into the fire, expect million hit view streams, bruh. This would get insane. That would force FANI to have to come out and play. So, Steele versus FANI Willis? I would like to see that. Steele versus Keith Adams? I like to see that. Bruh, man. Hey, I need the judge to be booted off now. I need Hilton and Love to be booted off now. I need that, because FANI gonna come in with that old white dude. And I ain't gonna hold you. I want to see. I just gotta see. Just like a card. I'm excited to see this shit. Hey, let me know. Listen. After I said all that before, let me know. Do y'all want to see FANI Willis come to that courtroom? Because say one thing you want about her, when she was doing that Donald Trump stuff, hey, she was whooping ass. Share to keep your people away. Subscribe, turn that bell, stay notified.